I hope you had a good break and you used important facilities and got yourself a hydration
capsule.
Station.
Capsule. Yes, a hydration capsule.
Third vegetable, perhaps?
Yes, some third vegetable.
A cylinder of sorts?
A cylinder, yes.
Sure. A can of third vegetable.
And you are feeling refreshed and ready to jump back into the action.
Diet low fat. Third vegetable?
Diet low fat,
Third
low
vegetable,
vegetable. That
You
is
did
that
the
is a
best
version that
punching out
exists.
of all of us. Good job.
Oh, thank you. What are you saying? This is not good punching?
Well, I thought it was
I
this
guess
way.
if you're like an old-timey 20s man with a waxed mustache.
Or if you're Snoopy fighting Lucy.
It's the leading with the wrist that's a little problematic. That's not exactly your focal point.
I'm sorry, but aren't your wrists super strong?
But have you seen my wrists? They're useless. They cannot sustain any weight. That's why I'm a telepath. Cheryl Platts.
They are
Useless
some
wrists.
tiny wrists.
They are. I wear children's rings. That's factual statement.
Wait, on your fingers?
Yeah, I'm like a size 4. Like,
I don't know.
They don't. They
I don't know what
they
that
don't make.
means.
I have
So
little wrists
exciting.
and fat fingers.
All right, on that note, it's really disproportionate. So, welcome back. Hey, for those who are just joining us, we are Leviathan Distant Stars, a space opera themed RPG using the Stars Without Number system, which you can find online. It is a beta, currently in beta for the revised edition. You can actually find that on Reddit, and it's all free. It's really cool. We are GeekSpaceTV here, and it is a nonprofit streaming studio. Nope, got the wrong
Yes.
word. Yes?
Yes.
Broadcasting studio.
Online broadcasting studio.
Online broadcasting studio. And that is
Telegraph
what we are
company.
here. Yes, we are the Telegraph Company.
One-sided mustache.
Why is it really good single side? That one side's
The other side I curled earlier after I did my punching.
Well, you're a hot.
Did you like...
You're dying too!
Alright,
Oh my gosh,
power bottoms.
And now for the conclusion of the
I
Leviathan
just jumped from the
Stars.
ceiling, landed on an alien, and then like slip and slided down its back. I think I'm gonna be fine.
You're feeling pretty
I'm
invincible,
feeling
eh?
invincible.
Uh-oh, challenge accepted.
So, hi, we are a non-profit broadcasting studio based out of Seattle, and we appreciate all of your support. If you are here watching this show, watching us do our thing, thank you so much. If you're sharing it out and encouraging other people to watch, that is super appreciated. If you have the ability to donate, that helps us keep the lights on and pay the cast, and ideally Anna, who is the genius behind all of this, who is currently probably burning the candle literally by sticking it in a fire. And that's, like, instead of burning it at both ends, it's just
melting.
Fire obsessed tonight.
fire is great. So let's quickly reintroduce who our characters, who our performers are, and who they are playing.
Oh, is it me first?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
I'm trying to ignore them.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lizzie the Bull of Team Power Top, and I am currently playing. Currently, like she's gonna die. And I am playing.
Next week.
Fun fact, my binder is full of extra
And I'm playing Ziana.
Hi, everybody. I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, and I am playing Hexy Kate.
Hello, I'm Claudia. I go with Jackidash, Jakidash.
Ding.
I'm playing Kika, who is our baddie engineer.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Batty, not baddie. It's not
She's
like you're the baddie
bat.
engineer.
Oh, no.
You're the
I'm
villain.
good at
No,
what I
you're
do.
a good engineer.
For now.
Bad
I
at
mean,
almost
she
everything
fixed
else.
she
She's
fixed it
chaotic
until it
neutral.
burned.
I fixed the murder machine.
Hi, I'm Sarah Scheller. Blah 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 blah. Okay. You can find me on Twitter. Yeah, I play Thea. She steals stuff.
I'm Dan Poslins. At Dan Poslins, I play Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr. I currently play...
AKA Best Boy.
He has bad equipment.
Yes. He was best boy in the academy.
I am Lauren. I am your GM. You can find me at Random Tuesday on the internet. And I will recap briefly what has happened so far in this episode. The crew of the Batleth, many of whom have gained immunity to the evil alien monsters that can turn you into one of them by just gouging your body with claws. and infecting you. Many of them have gained an immunity through the
80% of me.
contact with Ariuta, who is the voice of the Leviathan, Sarin, Sarin. And so they have now been instructed that the best way to get their ships released from this massive rays monster Leviathan space squid with armored plating. I mean, you saw the pictures. They're like space cephalopods with armored plating. To get that ship to release them and not try and devour these ships for resources, they need to... Oh, I didn't mention that part before.
Wait,
did
what?
What?
So...
Rewind the VOD.
Wait a minute.
Rewind the VOD.
What was it?
So, no. So the best method of
I
doing
haven't
this
paid it off yet.
is, to find the brainstem, the sort of central nerve of the rays, and to completely destroy it, thereby killing and finally destroying this very damaged space object. The crew were briefly attacked by a group of Hollow, which they fairly expertly dealt with, although some people got lucky and other people got lucky. And they dealt with the number of Hollow that attacked them. They then crossed, with a little bit of difficulty, a massive gap through deep the void of space between two parts of the rays that had been destroyed or damaged during some event, and there was a massive shifting as the rays itself seemed to be moving in the process of it coming alive. They noticed these sort of strange membrane-like frills almost above them, and they have now ventured further into the sort of frontal portion behind one of the larger plates of the ship, into the rays and into the brains of the beast. Now that you have crossed the threshold and you have exited out of the emptiness of the void and found yourself in another corridor, this one also similarly lit up with these bioluminescent tracks that go over its curved ceiling, lighting up that sort of metallic kind of sheen to its surface.
Does this one have atmosphere?
It's quite thin. You need to still keep the back suits on.
Damn it.
No, but I can see now.
Yes, there is atmosphere, but it is no longer the vacuum of space. But it is not sufficient for breathing.
I'd like to take a second to just use my eyes and ears to hear and see, like, whatever I can about the...
I'd like to use my
I'd like to
eyes to hear and my
What do
my
your Thea eyes see?
I don't know. I don't know
with
with the
your
eyes.
special
roll me notice and wisdom. So again, for those who are unfamiliar with the system, when you roll a skill, you roll 2d6. When you roll an attack, you roll 1d20, and then you add various skills and modifiers to those rolls.
That's an 11.
What are you looking for in particular? Or is there something specific? Otherwise, you generally don't see any enemies. You see the interior of a hallway.
I'm looking for I'm looking to see if there's anything that would indicate that they're more hollow around, basically.
You don't hear anything that would sound like they are in this immediate area, and you don't see like pods or anything in this region. So at this point, and I'll let you keep that roll for a little bit, so you'll get a jump on them if you hear any sounds of movement, but you don't see anything that would indicate they're in the immediate vicinity.
I think Thea would also look for anything valuable. Do you need another check for that?
No, it's all kind of that same, like, everything's very stark. Like, this is not a lived-in ship like the Batleth where people leave their crap everywhere. This is a controlled
battle.
Sort of a controlled environment.
I'd like to use my nose, skin, and tongue to smell touch and
They taught him that at the academy too.
Yes.
No, I'm...
do you want to roll
No,
on
I-
medicine perception?
Are you sure, Dan?
You
Are
remove your helmet and immediately asphyxiate.
So adequate.
Not even. That's generous.
I just want
like a bad idea.
this close to making a really inappropriate joke.
Somebody did it, but I can't have that in the channel.
He has one per night, and I've already taken it.
Exactly.
Conrad is keeping up the rear like Ziana asked him to, and he's like just very hyper alert, like he's like in his head he's going over like military maneuvers and whatnot from the academy, and he's
Unit formation alpha.
he's probably like making little
Okay.
hand signs that no one else is even like looking at or noticing. But
Lieutenant. That's just.
what is it, Batgirl?
Let him keep going. This is
At
Kika.
this point, I assume Kika knows what a bat is because she's been told that she looks
Yeah,
like a bat
yeah, that's
by most humans.
I've seen children books. Yes.
Actually, I would know
so-
what species you are, probably.
Yeah,
so.
Trico.
Trica? Is that
Trico.
Trico.
Say it as fast as you can with your mouth.
Trico.
Trico.
Trico or Chico?
No, Trico.
Trico.
That did not help.
T-R-I
E.
or
Trico.
G.
Oh yes,
T-R-E-E-K-O.
like
Trico.
Trico.
Just like the Pokemon, which you obviously have cataloged in your head.
Obviously.
Trico.
Trico.
I'm used to also trying to explain like how to say it.
Yeah.
Trico.
He's great.
All right. Yes, Trico.
No, that's
It's not better.
they'd be like calling you human. I guess they call you lieutenant, but
I don't know your name.
Kika.
Kika. Yes, Kika.
Kika. No.
Where are
what
you?
did she
I'm
When-
like at your
Wait. You have been with us for how many weeks now?
And you haven't learned
Oh,
your
has it been
name?
weeks?
Yeah, you
No,
have.
but I don't know if I would have learned your name. Did
No,
we
that's
interact?
fair. That's legitimate.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
just wanting to
No, I know
clarify.
you are. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You raise a good point. I wasn't thinking about that, but at the same time, I honestly don't
it's in
know
canon. You
if we
just-
would've-
Yeah,
Forgot.
no, you were together on the Batleth for weeks.
Here's the thing. I was in the engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can excuse him all you want, but
I-
he did not learn your name in 3
I mean,
weeks.
I did not go
There
out of
were-
my way to interact with anyone except
Yeah.
maybe the captain
All
on
right.
occasion.
There were literally.
But so if you interacted with
8 of
me,
you.
No, I didn't.
Then-
I'd leave you food at your door.
Oh.
I mean,
A smoothie?
Like-
Would you bring? Would
I
you
wondered-
bring him a smoothie?
I
I
would
wondered
bring him a
where that came
smoothie.
from.
So at this point, Conrad is gun like facing down the end of the hallway, and like Kika just sort of reaches her
yeah,
hand
you're like,
up and like
this
grabs.
is how you say.
What?
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna say something, so I'm just gonna make whispers. So I'm like gonna climb up your side, and I'm gonna put my helmet against your helmet. Try to give whispers.
Is there like a little thunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, are your comms on?
Yeah, but I'm
Probably.
whispering.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Continue.
You do a good job, but you're like the roughest of shells. You stab us all when you try to be friends. Smooth down your edges.
There was a lot in that
Smooth
sentence
down your edges.
that I didn't quite.
Smooth. I like slap
okay.
against the side of the helmet.
You just hear. on the side of your helmet.
I appreciate that. I think you're trying to maybe be helpful, but right now I need to focus on whatever those things are
You
out
shoot
there.
really well,
Thank you.
but man,
You succeeded in falling on that other thing I saw. So
yeah, we're gonna work on you just being a person. And Kika like taps the back of his helmet and then like just crawls down and then like skitters on ahead to go hang out with you again.
Having heard all of this via comms, Ziana just exchanges a silent look with Hexy.
Thea being ahead is just like grinning her ass off like the whole time. Like she's just
So
like,
Thea, you have the comm pad, and you're kind of probably a meter or so, like a couple meters ahead of the group. So as you begin to press ahead, everybody roll a notice and wisdom.
I'm going for like more than a 4 because I apparently
Is
have
this
just been
where I
walking
keep
through
them?
hallways with my eyes
I'll let you keep
squinted,
the 11.
smooshed shut. Ha ha! 12.
wow.
7.
9.
Oh, it's
Nice.
wide
8.
open.
So you have, Thea, you pass through you pass through a doorway, and all of you notice that the lighting immediately shifts in color. All of you notice this in the hallway that you were in. And Thea, you see the doorway close behind you,
Wait,
separating
she's
a group of you.
in front of us.
Wait.
So there's she's
so I'm separated
What?
from them?
Yes.
That wouldn't happen. That one's in front of that one's in front of everyone.
She said you were walking in front, unless you were walking with her, in which
You
case
were you were a ticking point.
Yeah, no, I was in front because
Okay.
we were trying to.
So
keep
then the
switches
two
in
of
middle.
you, the doorway splits you in between. So the three of you are stuck, and the doorway behind you closes as well.
So we
Well,
are.
I immediately want to open it again.
Yeah.
So Hexy, Kika, and Conrad are in a room.
All right.
That the lighting has changed, and the other two are on the other side of the doorway.
Are
Okay.
there any like pads that we can interface with?
You are
next
able to see
them?
a comm pad next to your door. When you try and telekinetically open it, it doesn't open.
I'm gonna try and pry it.
Okay,
Like,
go ahead and give me. You could roll your telekinesis and see, but you can give me a strength.
Captain, are you there? Captain.
1 second. I rolled a 9.
11.
As you begin, like you feel like it's trying to budge, but there is an active force working against you that is stronger than either.
This is
Hexy!
I can't get purchase on it.
Do we
Kika?
still have comms to them?
Yes,
like,
you do.
Kika.
This is a growl. This is now growling.
Okay. Hey, there's a comm pad over here on the other side. I'm gonna try and use it. Is there anything on that side?
Can notice.
There is nothing.
No.
In the section of hallway that you were in.
Okay, so do you have any of your sticks?
Yeah, I've got
Try-
my line shot.
Try one of those, because
Okay.
you can now read now, right?
I don't know if
Yeah.
you told anyone that.
I didn't tell anybody.
Then I didn't say
But
that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no.
No, you wouldn't
I
tell
wouldn't have
me.
told anybody.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm going to.
I don't know what
We're
the
not
concept
going
of
to
reading.
quite go in initiative, but we're going to kind of everybody
Yeah.
can take an action, and we'll kind of go in sort of order as people want to jump in. You are also all able to notice, at least those of you inside the room, that there is this like increasing hum kind of in the space that you're in.
For us trapped in the corridor or for them in
We are
trapped in the
in.
corridor.
We are trapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
We are the
are
ones.
screwed. The ones in there not screwed.
Cool.
Wait, what?
We are.
Me
we are
and Thea
stuck.
We're
are
in the
on
bad
the other
place.
side of the door. Y'all are
Yeah.
stuck.
Right.
Door in front of you
Yeah.
shut, door behind you shut.
And
And
we
we're
don't
the
have
ones
a
hearing
compact.
the
Yeah.
humming.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Sorry.
So I want to try attaching one of the line shunts I want to try just activating the comm pad and see if I can do anything. Just
Give
straight
me
up.
a hack. Wait,
Okay.
is that an actual skill program? It's program and intelligence.
Do the rest of you hear that noise?
Yes.
Captain, are you okay on that side?
We're fine and have frustrated and a little bit panicking and not sure what else to do. While Thea is doing her hacking thing, Ziana is just gonna keep trying to pry the door.
I will
Calm voices
activate
help me
my
sing.
telekinetic armor again.
Everyone stand back from the door. I take aim from the door at the door with my gun.
Okay, so
Then I'll be
let's
doing that
resolve
while
Thea.
this
What did
is-
you roll?
9.
9. So you're able to get into the system, and in a way that like you're looking at it, and it's like reading a foreign language you're not familiar with, but it's one that you have suddenly feel like you've seen before. Like you are familiar with this language in a sense that words and the symbols that are on there begin to make some level of sense to you. It's hard to navigate through, but you're able to get in. And the first thing that pops up as you kind of look into just this local area is sort of an indication of lockdown, biological purge.
Uh-oh.
What is uh-oh? What is uh-oh?
Uh-oh is I need to figure out how to undo a lockdown.
That's fine.
A lot. So they're just locked in there. That's fine. Locked in there. That's fine.
I don't know which one of us it is, but purging's bad, right?
Purging. It's purging.
I'm focusing
What is it?
here. I'm focusing here.
I know one way to undo a lockdown.
What are you doing?
Is there anything that resembles like either a handle or a lock?
No,
on the
they are
thing?
they are
Is it just,
essentially
like-
these spiral doors that kind of interlace to form the center. Did you ever see Stargate? It's like
I
the
mean,
iris.
it's on
like
every
iris
sci-fi.
closes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It closes
Uh,
more like an iris. They literally look more like sphincters.
I'm gonna take a shot at
You're
the s-
welcome, but
Yeah.
like actively
Yeah.
biologically,
So
that's what they
the
are.
growling is
Yeah.
is a
No,
rumbling
it's-
tummy.
Yeah.
It's gonna shit us out. Is
No,
yeah,
it's gonna do- yeah,
it's
actually,
gonna
well,
try
It's gonna
to.
digest you. It's white blood cells.
This is where we need a poop knot. Who knows the poop knot?
I'm gonna take a shot right at the middle of the
Okay.
sphincter.
Wait, I want to get
The door
Kika
that I am
behind
on
me
the
when
other
I get
side
that
of.
I
warning.
told everyone to stand
Yeah,
clear.
yeah.
You did.
Shot,
I
yeah.
would do that.
Stay clear of what? Did you
The
specify?
door. I said
Yes.
everyone stand clear of the door.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, she would move. What are you doing?
Two guesses, and then you 20, 21 technically.
Natural 20?
I said two. Yeah, natural 20. I have two
You
guesses,
deal
and you
max
hear-
damage, which isn't terrible because it does actually have enough
Shut
hit
the-
points.
when the door is
So roll. What's the max damage on your die?
12,
12. Okay.
13 with my dex, but
Okay. You make like there's a sizable sort of melted dent in the door.
Oh, it takes damage. I know how to do that. I would like to also attack with.
So you can take an action. You've taken one. You've taken one.
I have no, yeah.
You two still have actions left before I go.
16.
16.
I love this die.
You hit. I mean, it's a door. You don't miss, but you don't deal max damage. So go ahead and roll your damage.
10.
10. Okay.
So is there now a hole in the door?
No, not visibly through it, but there is,
Is it like
damage to
on
it.
our
Like,
side?
Can we see anything on our side at this point?
probably not at this point. No. But you are able, like, you two see that you are making damage
I
into it.
want to at
So,
least
yeah.
like yell out like, it feels like it's working. If you can hit it from your side, please do.
With my fist?
Yeah, no, maybe not.
You have a sword.
Yeah, but the
Use my rifle!
projectiles that exit are not gonna probably be a good thing.
We just fired the.
Yeah, but what if it fires
If like I'm not done shooting at this thing. I don't know.
I don't want to get in the way of what's happening
Yeah.
here,
Okay.
but I'm gonna look around for. Ziana starts frantically searching along the walls for some kind of access port, for some kind of,
Okay.
you know,
Give me notice and wisdom.
my two favorite things. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Now let me take away 1 for my -1 of wisdom, and let me take away another for my lack of notice. I'm a little bit, shall we say, agitated.
Yes, you are very agitated, just like slapping the wall, like scraping at it, trying to find any sort of panel, and you haven't found one yet. Kika.
I'm going to take a moment to try to use my fix. I've definitely in hallways founded access ports which has wiry tubes.
Yes, you would need to roll the same thing and notice and wisdom.
Jeffries.
And whenever I get another chance, I'm gonna keep shooting at the door.
My success in any moment.
Succeed? Okay.
Yeah,
So you
find it.
automatically succeed. You sort of feel along and like your echo location.
It's louder 'cause
There
I
is
hum.
there is definitely atmosphere in this section.
Yeah.
And it's you sort of feel like the slight divot that would indicate a panel, and you get your little claws into it and like start.
I got a
Like
multi-tool too.
Oh,
Multi-tool.
then you take the multi-tool and use the screwdriver attachment to open it around.
I can't use my mouth. I'm so much faster with my mouth than with my hands.
So do you like try and reach at it, like hit your helmet against it?
Dunk.
At that point, Thea, you see kind of this number just slowly start to rise on the screen.
Oh Jesus.
I need the 3 of you that are in the room to make me a physical saving throw. So roll your d20, and then add.
Or do your thing.
Uh-oh.
A second.
No, she's smiling.
No,
No, she's not smiling.
That's not the happy smile.
no, it's not.
Okay, I got
Currently, the
I
score
failed a
you need
bunch
to
of
beat is
saving
11.
I got 13.
13.
Okay, you succeed. I assume you rolled a 1.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. So you take a -1 to your Constitution stat, right, for until you receive medical treatment.
Okay. There could be worse.
Yeah, no.
I would like to try and see if there's a way within the terminal to switch off the purge.
Yep.
Essentially.
So you were going to need to do, this would probably be suppressing a system. So the DC on this is going to be, because you are somewhat familiar with the language, it's going to be 10
Okay.
as a skill check.
I'm going to use my 1 skill.
You're going to use your auto success.
I'm gonna
on
use
your
my auto
skill. That
success.
seems like a great plan. So in that moment,
To not
you
die.
Yeah.
you sort of see this number, and then you're like, wait a minute, and you just sort of slowly pull, like you drag a slider down while also entering in like a bunch of random code and symbols, and you're like, I don't know, but these seem like the right ones in this moment, and sort of you have the what's the beautiful mind moment where like you know
Oh.
everything just sort of
It's just
the
like-
numbers scroll past you, and it all makes perfect sense to you in that moment as you enter everything and then drop it down. You feel the hum stops and the lights change color. The door sort of and opens back out.
Oh,
I would like to
Oh.
run through the door.
Tiana, clap a hand on Thea's shoulder.
Ow! Ow! Oh, God.
The other shoulder. Never mind. Not gonna touch you. She would quickly withdraw. Sorry. Good job.
Appreciate it. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'll be fine.
What happened?
I don't know. It was. It's just like
It said something about
pressure. So much pressure.
It said something about
Sit
purging
down.
humanity.
You'll be fine.
Or
Your
I-
best
purging
guess would
something.
be radiation,
My best guess,
based on the numbers that you
based
saw.
on the numbers that I saw.
Based on these things, and you like point to this completely mysterious language that actually the rest of you have like a slightly less familiar with because you actually have skills in diplomat and the ability to pick up languages. But you're like, yeah, no, I would agree that the word radiation. You're like, no, it looks like childhood chicken scratch.
Well done. And then I go vomit in the corner.
Would I
You
have
vomit hatch in your suit.
Yes. Yeah, because
gotta
that's
be
the thing that
some.
we have.
Yeah, you're not dumb. People get space sick.
Yes.
I
All
don't
you have to do is push a button, and it's like,
Yeah.
No.
No, not.
No.
Oh.
no.
Slur.
Oh.
that's
Oh.
yeah, that's a
What?
bad.
It's a bad word.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So weird.
I apologize, and I will immediately take that back. All right.
Splommet.
Splommet.
Uh,
Vomit.
Yeah, there you go.
That's, if that's a word somebody's made before, then.
So I don't know if in my med kit I would have anything to treat radiation sickness in particular, but I
No,
would
you
probably
probably
have.
need to go back to a med bay for that.
But I would probably have like like anti-nauseas and
Yeah.
things like that, and so
I'll be fine.
I would. You sure?
How do I know you're not trying to poison my kind?
I know what my mission is, and I know that I'm here right now working for our captain. I don't select her crew, but I trust her judgment, so I'm not going to be derelict in my duty if that's what you're implying.
Well, it's all the same to you. She didn't choose you, so I will suck it up.
All right. I put the meds back in the kit and stow them back in my pack.
I want to look around the room and see if there's anything valuable.
In the mini room? Nah, we're not going back in that space.
Oh, that's right. We're in a corridor now.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'd like to not be here.
So you continue moving forward, following the directions, and you are pretty confident you're getting pretty close to it. Everybody takes their moment, and you sort of reach based on your directions, and you're like the "you are here" part, and you've been tracking it pretty accurately. Although you had to make a moment, and like you would have drawn on it like massive crevasse here. Now shift the entire map. But it's fine. You figured it out, and you get to. We are here. There is a fairly large doorway, sort of a few meters down, about 10 meters or so down the hallway, and you are pretty confident in saying that you have arrived.
Why don't spaceships ever have open plans?
Open concept spaceship.
Yes.
But then
Why
you'd have
so
to-
many doors?
I mean, then you'd have to see
The history
salmon
of
bars all
spaceship
the time.
the history of spaceship development is actually quite fascinating. There's
was a rhetorical question.
Oh, because I was also gonna.
Good job, Tika.
you know in the 25th century there were some interesting models that
I don't.
no.
No, I've just been on a lot of spaceships, and they always have doors. People like doors.
There's, it's only Ica really, like the fancy human ships that have used open plan spaceships. They're very corporate.
The issue
They
is
seem
Do you
to
know
think
what
it
the
increases
noise pollution
productivity.
in those things is like?
if there's a
Oh,
hole, then
it's
there's a hole in
awful.
the entire ship. But
Everyone
you could cut off places that have air or lack of air.
With
I guess,
doors?
with doors. Because let's say if you get shot in a gun battle, not saying that ever happened to me or whatever, but
No, I've never been shot in a gun battle
No,
either.
no.
No,
Those
yeah.
those open plan spaceships also were screwed whenever their hull was breached.
they didn't have cool like glass slowly
No, that
closing
wouldn't be
door.
open plan. Yeah, just so slowly as all of the atmosphere vents out.
And then like the chairs.
Oh yeah, then the
Is
chairs
there
are broken.
like?
But they're all tethered with their headsets they use to reduce the noise pollution.
Where do we
Is
go
there-
door?
Is there like a compad by the door that we can interact with to open it? Okay. I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your program and intelligence.
Seven.
You head up to it and you take a little bit of time and you just keep getting these like error flashing messages in front of it, and it's sort of like no, and you're trying in that moment of understanding where all of the symbols went don't seem to mesh with you. You are aware that in that moment the ship definitely knows where you are.
Plan B.
I just sort of like walk away from it with my hands raised, and then like I tuck them behind my back, and I look super guilty, but I'm trying not to.
Plan B, what's going on?
Nothing. We just maybe shouldn't touch that compad anymore. And if this is sentient something, I'm pretty sure it knows where we are, so we should just know that.
Well,
Lieutenant Junior, get your gun.
Do we have any other routes to get where we're going? Like, can we divert?
In front of the doorway.
Okay.
There's probably
We need to
other
get
doorways
through
this
into
door.
the space. There is a momentary beat of kind of that awkward silence between all of you where you're like looking at the map to see if you can figure out alternate routes, and the door slowly shifts open.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Oh,
That's
Kika just trying to go straight in.
This is fine.
Kika bounds up to the doorway.
we just won.
Inside, like, you can see from the inside of the room this kind of, right in this moment, and Kika has no idea because she can't see color, there is, like, a central sort of glow, but beyond that,
There's
you
a
couldn't
hum I can
necessarily
hear.
name. There is definitely sort of almost a low sort of electric crackly hum.
Ooh.
Just,
Okay.
Kika just keep going in, like, it's
No,
purring.
I'll wait at the
It's
door.
definitely purring.
Like, yeah, this is it.
Which has literally never worked out well.
I make the batleth purr like no one else can.
This is not the bad left.
Okay.
Captain, I think we're being invited in.
Yes, I did get that impression.
Pretty sure it's a
However,
trap.
what choice do we have? This is where we need to be. This is what we need to do.
I agree.
Wait. Oh wait.
Everyone.
Can we have secret conversation for a second so that the thing can't hear us
What?
with our minds.
with our minds? Whoop. Beep beep.
You all hear beep beep in your head.
Yeah, immediately responds back with beep beep.
Ani, where is she? Does she know this is us?
Ari,
Ani, yeah.
hello.
How do we break the brain?
Sufficient damage of any kind. Do you have explosives?
No.
Then just hurt it.
Okay.
What if
Physically
it?
break it. Most of the time, you would be dead by the time you get to this part of a ship. A raise would have killed you, but this one is mostly dead.
Is there any wait, if it purged the brain, then this will be fine. So it can't purge in here either, so we're good.
Oh, it tried to purge you? Oh, that's an immune system response.
Oh,
Well, based off of an old... It's complicated.
so I'm like a vaccine.
I
were-
think you're like the
you were-
cancer.
Viruses it was trying to destroy.
Anyway.
Your ship cancer.
Well,
You are
I gotta be something.
foreign bodies.
All right. So, and she says this out loud for your benefit.
Oh, that's
So let's
Oh,
all.
shh, because the thing can still hear us. Use your writing.
Does it speak? This.
Let's all stay close and get this over with.
Deal enough damage to it, and it will stop any of its hollow as well.
Oh.
They rely on it to know what to do.
Okay.
They have no consciousness of their own anymore.
I'm writing myself. No. I can't say it out loud.
On your signal, Captain.
Let's go. Deanna pulls out her sword. Make sure everybody, including Kika.
Can we
Close.
have that cool like slow motion montage of the power walk?
Yeah. So you
like-
V formation
Yeah,
walk
V
in.
formation.
as soon as
That's
we
Except Pia is like,
I can't die.
the V scampers up, leaving just the three of us.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm walking forward like a badass.
Yeah, I'm to your right
It's-
side, and I've got my
But it's
shimmering gun.
still like badass, like that one sort of like just kind of vanishes out of it, and the other scampers like.
Oh
off
yeah,
into
no,
the
it's
right.
it's super
super
badass.
badass.
Vanishing.
Please remember what I said about staying together.
I am literally on control.
As close
Okay.
to you as possible.
Good.
So as you enter in your epic V formation into the room, which actually is sort of convenient that the two of them peeled off because the door isn't wide enough for all five of you to walk in at once, but it's wide and wide
That
enough
would have been
for three.
also funny.
So
Oh no, you no no.
the three of you head in. In front of you, you see what could best be described as sort of a mass of these bioluminescent sort of tubes, essentially. That's a bad way of describing it.
It's a series of tubes.
It is a series of tubes, but there's sort of large
Oh, it's the intro.
branches sort of heading out from this sort of central mass that does appear to have some sort of, like, it's glowing, but it has some sort of armorish protection around it, like it is almost encased. And the room is fairly large. It has this sort of main massive high ceiling as these large branches sort of extend out all around it, and they go into the floor. It's sort of like twisted roots and knotted branches of a tree, all with this metallic sheen to it. There is, if everyone wants to roll me a notice and perception to try and get an idea of what else is in the room beyond, or notice and wisdom, sorry.
Oh yeah.
8.
8. 10, yes. 2, you have no idea.
8.
I'm
Captain.
so wrapped up
Oh,
in
Captain.
my badass vlog.
Ziana is badass, taking point on the V, and she sees this large conglomerate structure in
Eyes
front
and
of her,
pride.
and she sees a figure standing in front of that.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Do you
Sort
see
of
that?
smaller. You all see that as well, but you are also all aware that there is like the sound of claws in the room, and there's at least a couple of others that you think are there in the space as well. But you see this figure standing in front of you, and it takes a moment, and you realize it has a mouth.
They're
and
not
it-
allowed to have mouths.
but it doesn't have any sort of vacuum suit or anything on it. And so it seems to split almost as if it hadn't anticipated ever needing to use it. And so it's like that, if you've seen like Hocus Pocus, that sort
Yeah,
of the
right.
stitched together mouth, like after it comes apart. So it begins talking in this kind of low and raspy voice, like, when are we? You
Was
are
there-
all able to understand it.
Is it psychic understand or mouth understand?
It is speaking the
Common.
actually, yeah, it's essentially speaking common, but it has kind of this intonation to it that a Salir would have.
Like old common. No. you're
Was
saying
there more to that question? Like when are we going
How
home or
long
when?
has it been?
How long did Aryuta say that she had been here?
Her estimate was actually she would have taken a lot of time to struggle with converting it into like probably at least a tritium year,
Okay.
which you would know
Which
is about
is
12.
Earth
So you would say
years.
10 to 20 Earth years.
Well, screw Earth-centric time. So
Yeah.
she's just going. So what? Like 1 to 2
1 to 2 years.
tritium
Yeah,
years.
About a
Okay.
tritium year and a half.
A tritium year and a half.
It's been a while. Where are you from?
The
I
ship.
didn't learn enough.
The ship that you have snared, which is the whole reason that we're here. Are we going to have a conversation? Or are we going to get this over with? Why are you?
I was hoping to learn from you.
Learn what?
What has transpired? Where the galaxy stands. One has to know your enemy before one destroys it.
Yeah, that's
That
You will all be risen.
okay.
no.
One way or another,
Well,
You are
will
not
all
leaving
die.
here.
You will be risen.
Oh no! Wait.
Can I tell that it's talking to me? Like, is it?
It's looking at you.
I like sort of glance behind me and. We haven't been properly introduced. Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr., Intergalactic Civilizations Alliance. That's what I said, I think. Didn't I?
Close enough.
Intergalactic Civilizations Alliance.
Slur that last bit.
You are threatening an officer of the ICA, and doing so is an act of war against the Alliance, a war that you cannot possibly hope to win.
Can Thea disappear into the shadows?
Yeah, roll me a sneak and dexterity.
Oh no.
This is a red alert!
It is a damn emergency.
I wasn't just hearing that in my head.
Sorry, what did you roll?
10.
10. Yeah. You don't think, as they turn their attention to Conrad, you're pretty sure they are unaware of you being there. Thank you for the information. Oh, no. We shall find them. We shall raise them to the ground.
Let's get vertical.
While she's having that conversation, is there any like trunk that looks particularly important or particularly squishy?
They all seem to be kind of equal size and armor. We'll say for simplicity there are 3 that are extending to the top and then another 3 to the bottom.
I pull out another can of Space Mountain Dew.
Oh my
Oh god.
I hold my breath while I crack open my helmet.
There's like an emergency induction port that you can use.
Fine.
A little
Called
sippy
it.
straw.
It's less
from inside your
badass.
helmet.
It's less badass if
It's
I
more
do that.
badass than your head implosion.
It's not going to implode. There's some atmosphere. I crack it, chug it down. All right, space bitch. Let's rock.
All right, everybody roll initiative. They will know.
I mean, I rolled better than last time. Nope.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the
D8,
wrong
D8.
hang on, I
Ooh,
rolled
yeah.
the wrong.
What did you have?
1.
I'm glad I'm on your
Been there.
shoulders.
1. Anyone have 2?
I have 2.
Throw me.
Anyone have 3?
Who called
At what
slow
point?
motion? Can we turn that off now?
We were all just so
Anyone have
like.
3?
No.
Anyone 4?
Shocked that
How
he
do
would
you
give
respond to that?
I have a plan.
Conrad?
9.
On your turn, I need you to throw me to the ceiling.
Oh God, 9.
Conrad,
Yep.
you were up
You can
first.
do that too.
All right.
You also summoning armor.
I level my
Okay.
I level my rifle, and I just say, I say, eat space lead, and I fire my. Yeah, you can whisper that to me. I fire my gun at the alien, and 13.
That'll hit.
All right. 8 damage.
You blast it back, and it sort of crumples almost as if it has very little HP. And then slides back against it, and you see sort of for a moment as like there's kind of that light still, and then it goes out.
Did we win?
I think so.
You
Aren't there more?
each
Yeah,
of you sort
totally.
of
No, we're fucked.
feel the 4 of you kind of feel like almost this pulse, and then it's gone.
We did.
So are we still in initiative?
Yes.
Okay,
you
great.
are. Kika and Hexy.
Do you signal in any
Yeah,
way?
beep beep.
I assume it's like feels like a directed beep beep.
Yeah, it's like
No, it's
you know what? It's like when Kika tries to wake you up from a nap. Ta-da.
yes, Kika. I figured that if she's beeping me and we're in combat, she wants to fly.
Get me
So
up to the scoop
I'll
feeling.
take another point of effort to get her. I assume you'll just point where you want to go, and then I will I will bring her up
Okay.
there. Do you need me to roll anything for that?
No, we'll say you managed to execute throwing gently Kika into the air, and she sort of lands on one of the.
I'm
the
trying to
three
be on
masses.
those 3 branches that are before the.
But that will be your action for
Yeah.
the turn.
Okay. I feel like just like I don't know if you're like would you. I would like to use a fix action to fix the polarity so it's actually going the opposite direction as the rest of them.
Can we fix the game to be one?
Fix it to not kill us. The killing part needs to not kill.
I mean, I used the sci-fi word. It's gotta
No,
happen.
it's totally a thing. It's polarity. It's polarities.
Okay. What are I
There are
just
no-
for my own
there are
information?
3
What is Kika trying to accomplish?
No. There are 3
shooting
tubes.
it.
I assume it's I assume all of them is like it's taking energy and it's like a heart, and so it's the heart that's pumping things out. So I want to make one go the opposite direction. So where it's supposed to go in, it's going the opposite way.
Yeah.
So like kind of like a back surge of.
Oh, that
I
makes
learned
sense.
I think it makes
so
sense.
much about what Claudia does and does not know about anatomy today. 'Cause in the car, we also had a conversation where she was pretty convinced that the most amount of blood flow
For a
in her
bat.
body in a bat would be in the ears.
It would be the one that gets.
And that's where it would go first.
Right,
go
yeah,
first.
no, before the lungs or
But
the
it
brain.
has electricity, so it has polarity.
Yeah.
But it's not a pump, it's not a heart.
It's a brain.
I
Even
want to
better.
make it go reverse. One of the.
Let,
You're
You
Let-
can make a fix action, and I'll tell
let
you.
the bat make the brain go in reverse.
I'm so afraid you're gonna make something explode.
Oh no!
She might.
Oh
She
no!
might.
It'll just be
9.
us.
9.
9.
So
Kika does well and we all die. It's like the theme of this game.
We'll hear that before we die, though.
okay. So okay.
Meet me halfway. I don't
No,
understand.
you are gonna be.
Kika uses her skills. She takes her mono tool and kind of pries out and splits open part of this armor, and she managed to sort of to get a solid gouge in using finding kind of weaknesses in the crevice. And then she essentially just kind of peels off a portion of it, and neurons require fat around them. And so it's the equivalent of stripping off the myelin. So you're causing demyelination, which means the electrical signal does not properly pass along that portion of
That's
the
what
neuron.
she said, right?
Like taking the plastic part off a wire.
Yes, but
But-
then also touching it with another piece of metal so you short circuit it.
That, yes, I do that.
So you strip it open and kind of pull off a portion of it, and you see a third. Actually, roll me. What's the damage on your multi? Roll me 1d6.
Monoblade is 1d8, but
Okay.
multi-duos, I'm assuming 1d6.
Yeah, roll 1d6.
4.
Okay.
What, can I
so-
add my intelligence? Because I'm being smart. And not my strength.
Just you gave me a number and it's fine, and I'm
Okay.
gonna roll with this. So you see about a kind of maybe a quarter of that sort of strip of it seems to sort of no longer be illuminated.
Oh. Thank you for lifting me up.
Anytime.
Yep.
All right, next is
And I'm also going to stay up here.
my turn. You hear the sound of claws sort of clittering.
Tell me more,
Oh,
Lord.
this took a turn.
Oh boy. Clattering / skittering along the ground.
Oh,
Those
I
are
see why
two
you-
words you should
Yeah.
not merge together in your speech by accident.
accident.
I have made many mistakes tonight, and I'm sorry. All right, let's continue. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Now though, I kind of feel like I'm playing the Sailor Moon game.
Huh?
You're not even on the Sailor Moon game, and you haven't.
Just lots of unfortunate word choice.
Oh, yeah.
Hexie winks at Kika, even though Kika probably can't see that, and says, "We should take that act to Spawnville."
Space vaudeville.
Ah!
So, one's gonna go for definitely you, because you just shot at
Let's
something
show
that seemed moderately important to them. The other one is you are probably standing fairly prominently behind him. And so they're probably gonna, because you disappeared into the shadows, you're probably slightly separate, so it's gonna do one each.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I'm getting hit?
Yep.
I was distracted by
and I assume 15, 14.
Yeah.
Okay, you both get hit.
Oh, yeah.
I hope someone's
One
added to
damage,
the thesaurus.
and
Ah.
2 damage.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
really
okay.
good.
As they
I don't have
leap
a lot of
into
HP.
and then like claw into you.
Is
Are
this,
any of them the ones that can cause infection?
Not yet, no.
which one?
Sorry, not
Yet?
yet. Not right. No, none of them are.
Is this one the one with the like? Okay, so I'm confused. Can you guys
Yeah.
explain? Is the armor one the one with the stabby fingers?
Yes.
Okay, so then these ones are the really tall signs style
Yes.
one where they're like, I can get to long distances with my legs.
They're essentially the drone workers that can reach all the parts and move quickly throughout the ship. But when needed, they will stab you. What?
What?
Glittering from the makers of the Vachancellor.
Is that a
Sketchy,
Trash.
why? I need to be serious. Putting chat away.
we're gonna die?
if you were in the moment,
Yeah.
you would get to long places with my legs.
So is there any of them near me at this point?
Which side of the V were you on? That side or that side?
I was on this side.
Okay, so yes, the one that is attacking Conrad is near you.
Is near me. Okay. Are there any interfaces that look like they might be useful that are also are there interfaces near me?
You go around and you see there's like kind of one on each side of this sort of nexus.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tuck behind one of the interfaces and see if I can't hack it from the other side as well. I'm gonna not the one that is not near the one that just turned off.
Okay, I'm
gonna
gonna
go
go
another
around
one.
the other side.
Yeah.
So you sort of head around the other side, sort of slinking in the shadows. Go ahead and roll me your program and intelligence. You're slightly more familiar with the system. The system is also slightly more familiar with you, and you are trying to rush it in combat. So
It was not so great. Well, it was a 4.
yeah, you do not succeed in getting into the system. It immediately it's like locks out.
Okay.
It's like nope, not right now.
I hope it just says the word nope in the language.
I hope it does too.
So I would also
No.
consider this a new scene.
Okay.
Oh.
For people. And it's also obviously a new fight. That puts it at Ziana.
So there's the one that just took a swipe at me. There's another one that just took a swipe at him. And what else are we looking at for?
There is 6 protruding tendrils from this, or branches kind of from this massive central
Right, but they are not attacking us.
mass. No, they are not.
But they are the target.
They are the
It's
target.
going.
If this was a boss fight, that would be the thing that would periodically have a target on it that you have to shoot at
When it's glowing.
in between waves.
While you're
While
dealing
it's-
with
yeah.
Okay, so then I am going to, and you are fine up
I am
doing your
hiding
thing.
in the corner.
You are
stabbing it.
fine. You are armored.
I'm not fine. I'm really screwed. But by my own doing,
Twice
in
now.
fairness. But yeah, no, it's I'm
Um,
reckless.
No
and
immunity.
Paying the price.
Okay, how close are we to each other?
Probably 3 meters or so. Not particularly far.
Does attacking the one that's attacking him require disengaging from the one that is attacking me?
No. But they're yeah, you're all kind of in a melee.
Not, if you will.
Yes. I
A
will say
huddle?
you are all within close enough melee range of each
All right.
other. Yes.
Then
Especially you've got quite a long sword, so like a solid swipe to the side. A
Then-
swipe to the side.
I am going to take a swipe at the one that threatens the Guardian. It's just going to be on my conscience if you die, and also I'm going to have to answer a lot of questions from Ika that I really don't want to answer.
I'm on your
top
conscience.
of all of the, don't push it. Really
Because
don't
that boss
push
thing
it,
is right
because
there.
you insulted her, and we're gonna have words. 18,
Will
19,
hit.
20.
Yes.
Nice.
Roll your damage.
1d8, Elizabeth.
Oh no.
That's gone.
You don't need that.
It's over.
That one's
I didn't
back.
need that one. That was a bad dice.
That's a much better
It's a much better dice.
Good dice.
11 damage.
11. That'll do it. You knock it down. And slice it in two as it and
Pop
drops.
off his head like a dandelion.
Conrad.
So did you say there isn't anything for us to shoot in the brain or?
I never said anything
Okay,
like
I
that.
just-
I said there are 6
said it
branches,
was the
3
thing to
up
shoot.
and 3 down, and then a center that is
Yeah.
slightly armored but glowing.
And there's
So
a
I-
non-armored hole in it.
I'm gonna,
She tore a hole
yeah,
in it.
she's ripped
So
off.
I'm
So if you
working
want
on
to
the
take a
top.
called shot onto where she's ripped
Yeah.
armor off, you'll deal more damage, but you'll take a penalty.
That's
to the attack roll.
that's what I'm like ignoring the guys around me. I'm just like, you think I'm scared of you? I graduated first in my class at the Genius Bar in the Cupertino system. I will destroy you. And
can't.
I take a shot. Right, a called
So
shot. So
you're
what's
gonna
that
take
gonna
a
be?
-4.
A minus.
Oh, sorry, called shot is -2.
Yeah, I don't.
Applying shatter on
I don't hit it.
Please don't.
I did not hit it. So
With the 2, yeah.
a
you,
2, I did
your
not hit
shot goes wide.
Wait.
It's not a 1, so you don't hit Kika.
Thank goodness.
The bad equipment, right?
Careful.
I don't even hear it.
That puts it at Kika's turn.
Can you warn me next time, Lieutenant?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm busy destroying this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna just do it like. I would like. Is it squishy in that? Is it squishy?
Yeah, once you get through the armor, it's pretty squishy.
No. What
Yeah,
the
there's
eyebrow?
like a member. It's basically there's armor, and then once you get through the armor, it's like a sort of fleshy membrane.
How big of a hole did I make? A Kika-size hole is what I'm saying.
Oh god.
I would like to push myself into
Oh
this
god, but
membrane.
then we
Oh
can't.
god.
This is the fastest way to get to the armored
Oh,
spot. And I'm just
God.
gonna like spit, like I'm gonna be a
I guess you have a vac suit on, and it's probably still got some oxygen in it. Yep. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not a bad idea, but I'm not gonna say it's not a good idea.
Like here's the thing. I'm gonna like just crawl down to the.
Okay. Make me a dexterity and
Is this a non-combat, non-psychic skill?
yes.
I'd like to use this as my successfully being able to take myself to the center.
Kika, in her vac suit, has sort of pried open a hole that is not large enough really for anyone else to make it through, but is large enough for a small bat-sized, meter-sized humanoid to make it into. So she takes her blade and like slices through the membrane, like goo kind of pours out of it, and then she goes in like it's a birth canal.
Oh.
Why? What?
An unbirth.
Also, that's not how
That's
births
not
work.
how that
You
works.
don't-
No, it's
you
not.
don't go in.
It's
This-
not.
Okay, I imagine it just like full of Jello.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
just kicking out the
but
Jello. We're gonna
it's
use the word
also
Jello
kind
because
of
it's less
fleshy.
gross. Fleshy
kind
Jello.
of fleshy and it's slippery.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
a kind of a mucus.
What are the
It's
odds
not.
that any of us saw this?
You
Yep.
probably
Look,
noticed
there.
because you got her
I
up
threw
there.
her up there, and I haven't had my next turn
I was
yet, so I
aiming there,
see
so
that.
I should
You,
be able to see it.
but you did not shoot particularly well. So roll. Give me just a notice roll.
All right, I got +1 from the drugs. 6.
Yeah.
Don't like the drugs.
Well,
but
what you
the
probably
drugs
see
like
is
him.
Kika and then no Kika.
Okay.
I see her go in, and I just comes out like, nobody shoot, she's in there.
And so now you are worming your way
I'm-
through.
I would like to go through
What?
the big tube to get to the heart part.
Yeah.
The heart of the brain?
She wants to
heart
get
of
to
brain.
the inside.
Well,
No,
that's
she's gonna reverse
happening.
the flow.
The polarity thing.
Yeah, reverse the polarity.
God.
So
Well,
while
you're
that's
literally inside. Yeah. Okay.
so what is her turn over, or is she?
I-
Where
have
was-
another
that is my
action?
turn.
Where was this in your notes, Lauren?
I want to actually point out that all it just says, I think I didn't even write. I was like, just get to the brain. Like that was.
It's the brain. She knew we would die, so it's fine.
They just get there.
So I'm not going to shoot the brain because she's in it, but I will go back to 2 points of effort to take the outer shell that she's sort
Yeah.
of started to peel off and use my telekinesis to pull it further as much as I possibly
I'm
can.
trying to pull off
Yes,
more of the
ripping
armor.
tape off. She started the work, and I'm picking up the
Awesome.
slack.
Go ahead and give me a your telekinesis and then wisdom. 2d6.
11.
Awesome. You kind of managed to strip off probably most of the armor from like all the way around on that section, and like the gooey sort of portion, like it loses some of its stability because the membrane has been broken. As Kika is slip and sliding her way through that thing. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Cleaning your back.
I want to point out that I don't need to use my hands for telekinesis, but I'm making more of a
Yeah.
show than I normally would, just to demonstrate my power to some folks who may be jealous of it or somehow
Some folks are
don't.
totally in the zone right
Yeah.
now. They're not at all paying attention.
Totally in the misfiring zone.
Wow.
Totally great.
Thank you.
The one who is attacking you is now gonna spin around and actually I guess not the one that was attacking you is going to continue to attack you. Nope. It's gonna miss. It swipes at you fairly aimlessly. You sort of ineffectually tries to kill you. Yeah.
I want to climb over to the. I assume there's one last terminal that hasn't been because she shut down that one. There's the one that I messed up, and then there's the third one, right?
Yep.
I want to sneak over to that one and attempt to hack again.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my expert ability to make that successful.
Oh, this is how you use it.
Oh, right! There they are!
You once again go into your mythical trance where you understand everything and you minority report that shit.
Boom, 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 boom.
And you eventually sort of get access to it, and you were able to pretty much have the system do kind of one thing. What are you attempting to do with it?
I want to shut down the power in this terminal.
Okay, you're trying to kind of turn this third section off. So
Yeah.
this is like essentially trying to tell like a computer to turn itself off and like unplug itself. So it's not going to be particularly responsive to that action because that
So-
kind of goes
Oh,
against
because you
all,
left
like,
Excel open.
Yeah, it's all like self-preservation. Yeah, it's
Excel's still
like
open.
you left this program open.
It's like Windows
Did you
is still
actually-
updating. You
want to shut down?
can't shut that down.
It's like telling
Okay.
you are
Okay.
essentially trying to give it the order to kill itself.
Can I
So-
change my action then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you like try and do that, and you realize that like telling a living ship to murder itself is probably not going to be effective.
I would murder
Wolf
you if I
359.
could. Okay.
Sleep.
So instead, Thea wants to tell it to. Oh, she hasn't seen you climb in.
No.
Best of both worlds, part
Oh
2.
shoot.
Other options, like for things you could do, like you could shut down this area to prevent other things from coming, like disable any notifications, like basically saying don't send more things here to give you guys time to exit out of combat,
Yeah.
like sending an all clear.
I'm going to. Yeah, I think what Thea would do would be to lock down the doors.
Okay. So you kind of shut
So that
down
we
the
have
room
time.
and sort of send out an all clear signal. So you are actually we are able to now to drop out of combat
Because there's no more
because
guys.
there is no more bad guys in the room. Oh no,
There's
I
the
still have
that-
one. There's
yeah,
one, so we're
there's the
still
one
in
who was
combat.
attacking
Okay.
me. Okay.
I forgot. I still have one in the room. All right, that puts it at Ziana's turn.
I'm gonna kick its ass.
Yeah. Do it.
It is ship nap time.
20.
Yes.
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 No, you get one full one, and then you
6,
roll a
7.
second one, right?
7 damage.
She didn't
oh,
get a nat
was
20.
nat 20.
Oh, whoops.
It
I
was-
rolled 2. I rolled the wrong thing. Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
Yeah.
So much damage. that will be enough. You tear into the second one and it collapses on the ground. So we will now exit out of combat. Kika, I would like you to roll me a physical saving throw.
I was like, is
You
it
said
survive?
someone is in somewhere?
Kika is in.
Actually, no. Give me a survive and
We're all in the ship.
Constitution.
She's in the thing. The hole. She went in the hole.
Kika's in the where?
She's in the brain
There!
/ heart.
6.
Total, you're you get like a warning beep that the integrity on your vac suit is being compromised.
Oh, my
due
goop.
to acidic.
Oh! Brains aren't excuse me. Brains aren't acidic.
I'm sorry, but you
Problem
she-
solved.
The GM takes it back.
I stand corrected.
Can she roll a fix
Yes,
on the
they're,
GM?
they're being the goop. Sorry,
Okay.
the nature of the goop
Okay.
is
Well,
oh God.
compromising your vac suit.
I probably have one round.
You got some time.
I wanted to be in the metal part. Am I in the metal part?
You need to give me a.
I used a. Tell me what I need to do.
You use your auto to get inside of
Yes.
it and get to it. It's still like a difficult time to get there in one turn. It's gonna take a little bit of effort. So give me a. Make this as exert and dexterity.
Yeah. This one was way better. It's an 8.
Okay. You have managed to make it into kind of the core section of it. You're no longer in one of the branches. You have a little bit. It's not really more
Is it
space.
roomy?
It's not really roomy in here because it's kind of sectioned and like even though this is where sections meet and like cross, so like membranes are connected to each other, but it's not like a vat.
Yeah.
It's still sort of a.
While she's
knot.
doing this, can the rest of us go and tear at the other membrane? Like just rip all membranes off.
You can. You could also pull off the armor section
Yeah.
from like the central.
Yeah. Okay,
knot.
great. I want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody who's doing that, go ahead and give me a whatever method in which you're using
What's up?
trying to do that.
We've-
Probably
What the
be-
hell are you doing?
I'm in the brain.
Are you okay?
You're where?
Is it growling or is it purring?
It's like hiccuping,
Uh,
probably. Because you're essentially like disrupting its very processing existence.
I went. You know how sometimes the batleth is broken, so I have to go in through the vats to get into the like electric parts that you can't reach. I'm in that, but in space.
8.
8. Okay.
Can I, like, are we able to physically reach these things to pull at them, or
Yeah.
would I? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit
No.
of straining. I mean, Kika wouldn't be able to, but
Then I'll just reach up there and I'll be like,
salmon ladder that shit.
you think we're scared of you? Oh, I'm glittering in my boots.
Who the hell are you talking to?
Language.
4. Oh no, 5.
Yeah, you're fairly ineffective. Or Hexy is much more effective.
Fairly ineffective.
Let's get that engraved on a plaque. Hexy is much more effective.
So like 7 to be pulling
Yeah,
off.
so
like
the two of you managed to get kind of like a solid chunk off, and let's see whether or not you get the chunk that she's behind. No, you can vaguely see through like this sort of hazy membrane, like something like a shadow that might be
It's
Kika.
blue.
But you do have access to some of the soft, gooey interior.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kika, you gotta get out of there.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, but like now, now, Kika.
Just a second.
But no.
Does my multi-tool have a screwdriver setting?
Yes.
I would like to just like.
Okay, I want to be clear. You would like to use a screwdriver to.
You have a knife.
Oh, I have a knife.
Oh God.
From
I'm just-
inside the brain,
I'm just
I
gonna
stab
like.
a thing.
I assume the mono blade is like a little lightsaber.
No,
Like,
it's
whoop.
just like a very fine bladed edge.
Can
that
mine
sort
be
of-
like
Do you mean thermal blade?
Kitty
Yeah,
lightsaber.
Sure, it's a stabby device. I
Yes.
would like to use the stabby device on the inside of the brain.
Roll stab.
Oh no.
Do you have stab?
Baby's first
No, that's
lightsaber.
1d20.
Everybody just get at this scoop and stab it or hack it.
Well,
Attack
it's
it.
only 2.
You are actually struggling to get your blade because of all of the goop
It's
around you, and everything is heavy, and it's pulling on you, and you're like being tossed around as it moves, and it like convulses, trying to like crush you.
Beep,
You
beep.
get another warning that the structural integrity is dropping, which mechanically means your AC is about 10 right now.
Okay.
Do you signal to anyone?
Yeah. Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
This seemed like a wiser.
So we can vaguely
me
see
out.
where she
Yeah.
is. How
me
big
out.
is this thing? Is this like somewhere that I could reach
Okay.
into, grab her, and bodily haul her out of it?
I mean, you
possibly
could literally just
I
like cut it in half. It
Yeah,
would take
cut
a
the
little
bottom,
while.
like a tree.
Can I separate it and make it easier for her? Like, dude, this
Yeah.
is a tag team. This
Yeah,
is,
yeah, you can work together to
Great.
like, split. You are out now. It's like a soft, fleshy part now that you can.
Yeah, we're
literally
just trying
like,
not to kill her.
slice.
Well,
yeah,
there's
that's
like
fair.
3
Yeah.
tubes.
Otherwise, we
so-
just slash it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's fair. She does make it more complicated. by
10.
her
I get
presence.
10 to psionically ease
Sort of like
ease
pull
your
these-
passage,
so
so
much
that you can
smarter.
just
And I'm
reach the
going
hell
to
in.
reach the hell in,
I think it's,
grab
I
her
think it was a good
by
idea.
her little harness, and yank her 1 meter tall, hollow boned body
I'm wet.
through the membrane.
out of the brain
As soon as she comes out, like Thea's
Yeah.
gonna like.
and
then
pass
put it
her
in.
to Thea
Now we're both wet.
before I pull out my sword and start going at the damn thing.
I'm gonna just say that with the assistance of Hexy, you succeed in ripping her out, and all of that comes true. And then you begin slashing, and this goop just sort of ends up everywhere. As you do so, like bits of it land on your suits and just sort of splatter everywhere. Kika is maybe stunned
Wait.
a little bit.
So you said earlier acidic.
Yeah, my
Would I start to notice that it's damaging my sword?
It probably will.
It's okay.
I will
I
stop.
changed my gun into a sword because I can do that.
Yes.
And I continue.
I got you the glass cannon because it's literally a telekinetic gun.
Yeah. Telekinetic
The
gun is
moment
insane.
Ziana notices that it's starting to like do actual acidic damage to her sword, shit that I can't just like polish or buff out.
Yeah, it's like
One-
it may ruin the edge, like you're
I
like,
know.
permanently.
Back up.
She's gonna clean it off, put it back.
Well, and once Kika's out of there, I'll start firing at it again. too.
So after a period of time, you manage to kind of hack through this large mass of sort of connected tubes and armored plating, and it sort of eventually, like you see the power going down and everything just sort of begins to shut down. That kind of there's almost this sort of grunt, like a groaning sort of settle, almost that like as everything sort of loses power and life and just sort of shifts in that creak of an empty unit and vessel in space. You hear, we're free. At least the rays no longer seems to have us. If you can make it back, you should be able to leave.
Should those things be dead, the hollow? If the rays is dead.
If they're not, they will not know what to do. You should be able to, if there are any left alive, you will be able to get past them. Just don't attack them.
Oh, that's easy.
Don't attack the hollow that we see. They shouldn't know what to do about us anymore. We can just get by them.
Well, so long as they don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with them.
She's going to grab him by the shoulder
Ah!
very hard, pull him closer, and say, I will rip your damn helmet off and leave you here. Contain yourself.
I'm making it back to Ica space.
Okay.
You are so lucky that I want you there when I explain to them what the fuck happened here. And she shoves him forward. Let's go.
So you begin marching through.
So
you
it's
will
super
see
gross.
that you go past a
So
few
gross.
kind of hollow, and they all seem to be frozen. Like they're essentially empty shells that have no orders, no commands, and you sort of go past them, and they pay no attention to you. You only see a handful on your way out, and so you make it back. You leap across the crevasse. You get through. The ship is dead. It will no longer try and destroy you.
Yay!
And you make it back to the Batleth. At this point, you see Tsarin is sort of dislodged from it. You notice that there are still, like, the sort of tendrils have released themselves. Oksana's like, our ship is no longer attempting to be taken over. This is lovely. Welcome aboard. Oh, we do have some pretty significant hull breaches
Yeah.
that will need to be repaired before we go into deep space.
Immediately.
Painted?
Ari will offer that there is space within Sarin if you would like to take some time to repair your ship before trying to leave this area. And she will recommend that we leave sooner rather than later. You noticed the pulse, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the rays contacting any others.
Oh,
There are others.
God.
Yeah, they destroyed an entire planet. There are many.
Yeah, let's go.
Ari, did you?
I can give you space on Sarin while you repair your ship before you go wherever you need to.
So, okay, so the Sarin is ready to go. Sarin.
Yes.
All right.
Not that Sarin. Sarin.
Sarin. So let's, I guess, load up the Batleth. Let's all get aboard and let's get the fuck out of here. We need to get back to Ica space and warn people.
Is there like anything we need to like? Is it space worthy as it is, or do like?
The Batleth?
Yeah,
or,
the Batleth.
The Batleth would probably be okay in like short-term space, but you would not be able to access certain parts of it because of the pretty significant holes that are in it. And you definitely wouldn't be able to thread yet.
Oh.
Before we go, very as quickly as possible. She's going to once we get back to the ship, kind of pull Arayuta aside and say, how risky is it to bring one of the dead hollow aboard?
I think we have containment.
Okay. I'm just because I am anticipating perhaps not being believed.
Yes. I can see that could happen.
And I would like very much to be believed. So, Ziana.
On the plus side, if it gets loose, only the lieutenant will be converted, so you'll be fine.
Maybe we should bring two.
That is a huge plus. So Ziana is going to get
Bring
one of the
ones that aren't like capable of doing that.
one.
I mean,
Well,
you,
one of the
you have
ones
that
that
option.
we have, like, God, I guess so. She'll get one of the ones that doesn't have the carapace. Just
I mean, you could look. There's more than those two kinds.
It might be useful to get the one with the venom in all actuality. That way they can try to find a solution for the venom.
Good. Far more valuable.
so she'll find the body of
engineer's
one of the
smart.
ones with the carapace.
You like drag it from
and-
the room
yeah,
that the
and-
scientists were in.
Yeah, and bring it aboard and put it in containment.
We gotta have a freezer in this bad boy.
There's a lot of resources.
Let's
Arita
harmonize.
will immediately offer, like, I have good medical facilities here. They haven't been used in a long time, so we're quite surprisingly well stocked.
Yes.
I think we need to clarify when we're talking about the Batleth versus
On Sarin.
Onsarin.
No, just
like-
the
Sarin.
The
Sarin.
So
Sarin.
on the word.
On the
Sarin.
ship.
Yeah.
Versus
on the
Sarin.
Leviathan.
Yeah. No. None of this is about, like. I guess we.
So like what
You could go to
what
the
is the
Batleth.
plan? Because there are these two ships, right?
The
Like-
Batleth
The Batleth is going to go
inside
into-
the
oh, it's going to go inside.
Because the
This
Sarin's
is all
much bigger.
Matryoshka dolls.
Yes.
Okay.
Ship
Yeah.
inside ship inside
Okay,
ship. We're
that's
just
great.
removing.
Yeah.
We
I
threw
get
away
it
the
now.
big doll.
It's big enough that apparently my ship can
It's
stop.
bigger on the inside than I imagined it
Yeah.
being.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at like the ship sizes, you have like a free merchant size ship. This one's like what would the hull be on this?
So,
one? I
are
gotta
we
look at
talking
the name.
like Batleth,
yeah, so
Sarin?
Oh.
yeah, probably somewhere around
Oh my
there,
God.
and then like
Mm.
the
And then the
venti-
table?
yeah, this
Right.
yeah, that's the raise is a little bit bigger. Yeah, so you have a free merchant hull. The Sarin would probably be probably a heavy frigate size, maybe a fleet cruiser. And then the other one is the one up from Battleship, which I don't have on here. Is real big. That's real big. That's real big. So you have a momentary respite where you have access to medical facilities as well as repair facilities in order to attempt to repair the Batleth.
Does it feel weird getting on the ship for those of us that
It's
bonded with it?
feels comfortable. Like you almost feel like you feel very much like you know what's going on. Like it's sort of, and there's a sort of, it's like you get welcomed almost when it comes in. There's like a little like, oh, you're here, you're back. There's sort of a sense of relief that comes with it.
How can I be back in some place I've never been?
That's what they call home.
Is this home?
This is not home. The bad lass is home.
Well, the bat left is inside. They go stay in the bat left inside.
And with that, we shall resume ourselves with the crew processing everything that just occurred to them over these last few weeks, and they'll probably level up. Yay! Leveling! And
I'm gonna steal.
I'm gonna get a new suit.
yes.
Someone is
I'm-
going
You
to
need a
teach
back
each
suit.
of you how to do at least one combat thing.
Oh,
Gosh.
Don't go anywhere. We've got to read the donations that came in. We'll tell you where you can find us as individuals next. And you can definitely find us as a group next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Which, in case you missed that, it's twitch.tv/GeekSpaceTV.
Same
7
Trico
p.m. Pacific
time.
Yes.
Good job.
Was the first one Theater Nerd? Yes. Okay. Theater Nerd with $4.31. Wait, no, is it?
No,
Oh, the
last
Paladin?
one was the blank with this place left.
Oh, then Paladin sent in a second one with the same message.
The
Paladin. That's fine.
Sneaky.
I gotta
There's
keep.
5 of them. The unspeakable.
Oh, there it is. Okay, the Unspeakable. I don't feel like I didn't think I read that one.
think
Oh
you
no, I
read-
did. Okay, yes, I see what he said. The Unspeakable with $5 by reading this message. I'm not gonna continue reading it because it's not
I wanna
happening.
read it.
Dan, read
Oh,
it.
let Dan
I'm
read it.
gonna read it. Let's see. There. By reading this message, you agree to go on one, and then the number 1 inside parentheses, date with Barnaby Crimp at a time and place of his choosing.
Well, that's
Oh.
bad. What if he's like in the center of the earth? Oh no,
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a kappa in there.
In fairness, Barnaby is very attractive.
He is. He's very
Is he like?
Well, then we
okay.
should be well suited for each other.
Yeah.
not like
He's not Jane attractive, but like he's well above Imogen. I'll explain that in a moment when we get around to where you can find me next. Next up is Tuds with $5. So I don't know if the lighting indicates that things are about to get sultry or everyone was gonna die because things are getting dark. Next is Well Dipper with $25. Thank you so much. There's no
Thank
message,
you.
but thank you. And check out Well Dipper's phenomenal fan art. It's
Yes.
on the GeekSpace Discord, as well as I think at this point on the Wikia, and also on their Twitter. And any other fan art, #Leviathan, we will normally find it and see it or post it in the Discord, and we'll be all excited about it.
We are pretty excited about it.
There's been some other pretty great stuff.
submit to the fan art forum.
Or submit it to the fan art form, and then it can be officially included in our on-stream slideshow.
And then we can also put your name all over it or whatever
Yeah,
you want to be.
just the name. Like,
Your
we're gonna
photo.
cover your art with
Big
We're gonna
fun.
wreck your art.
next is Paladin Hulk with $5.69. Claudia, you may not know how hearts work,
Nice.
but chat hearts you. Less than 3 never change.
Beep beep.
And lastly, to Huts with $5. Claudia, you must take remedial biology prior to teaching any students again. Oh, sweet Jeebus.
Claudia teaches
Oh, they
math.
just came in.
Archaeos, $10, no comment.
There's one more, which is from Archaeos with $10 and no message.
Thank
Ah.
you.
Thank you.
I passed high school biology with an A. So
There
Is
was
that
a
like-
big one.
Is that like a Canadian?
Great.
I couldn't remember if
It's
it was an A minus or
Like
an A.
it's not the biology. I don't know. I have a background in neuroscience.
Yeah, I don't know anything about brains other than it's gray.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it?
Yeah, and then the front of your brain is where the bad thoughts are.
Nanosphere, what is your fan art?
And the back of your brain? What's back there?
That's where your hormones learn from.
Oh boy. Okay, I know what we're talking about.
If someone could diagram the brain as
bad
described,
I
The
No, I
bad
swear, there's
parts,
something about the like
the hormones
the
learn
pillars in
from,
the beginning of the
and the
brain.
polarity
The
the polarity
There's a lot
of your
of
brain
polarity.
is
goes
in,
this way.
It's in the middle, and then there's a small bat inside a trico.
And then there's and then this is the hormones column spine.
So that's
So
some fan art.
anything you want to know, let me know, and I
I
will
don't
tell
know
you.
if I really want to, because I feel like it's gonna be like, you were wrong.
Nanosphere, no.
You're not wrong about that. So thank you so much for being here, for joining us. We'll be back next week with another installment of Leviathan Distant Stars. In the meantime, where can you find us?
You can find me at Lizzie the Bold, most places, Twitter and Twitch being primary ones. And I'm I'm a part-time streamer. I stream 2 days a week, usually. And you can also find me on Mondays on Divvy the Loots, where I play a very small gnome rogue on Mayhem and Misfits. She ain't here. She can't hear me. Hi.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch. I usually broadcast Shadowrun Sundays on Sundays from 10 to 1 Pacific time, where you can meet Sprinkles, who you might have seen in chat. She's bright and yellow and beautiful. And Mo, another one of my puppets. And then, other than that, you can probably also, if you live in Oslo, you can see me on October 18th through 20th in Norway. But it's at Vibdegana. But that's probably not many of you are there. But hey, those are the other places you can find me.
Sort of meetup. Hi, I'm Claudia, but I go by Jackie Dash on the internet, JAKIDASH.
Ding.
And I stream Monday Fun Days, where we're
like
playing
dogs with a bell.
Final Fantasy IX or something that involves a Wii U remote, or a Wii remote, I guess. I usually stream twice a week, and I have a lot of Twitter thoughts. Usually it's all capitals all the time. So.
It's fun.
Hi, I'm Sarah. You can find me on Twitter at ShellGame or online at sarahperforms.com.
Dan Poslins at Dan Poslins.
And I am Lauren. You can find me at Random Tuesday. I also am a player in a RPG about based on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, except it's Layla the Vampire Slayer, and we're all British, and it's great. And I play Imogen, and she's a witch. And apparently stuff happened last week, and I wasn't there to find out what it was. And everybody refuses to tell me.
You better go watch the VOD.
Yeah,
But
it
see,
shouldn't be
now
hard
it's a
to
thing.
find
People
out if you-
want me to be surprised.
That's
So,
actually
like,
kinda
I feel
nice.
like I'm not supposed to watch it, which is good because I don't have a lot of time. You can also find me streaming on my own channel, and I will be streaming tomorrow morning super early. I'm not sure. We might just do like a chill work stream. We might play games. Hard to say. But you can find me on the internet. And you can find us here next week. And in the meantime, check out GeekSpaceTV's Patreon, as well as our YouTube channel, our Discord, and follow us on Twitter and all of those places. Thank you again for all of your donations that came in. You help keep this show running. We truly appreciate it. And everyone who contributes regularly via Patreon as well. Thank you so much. And those of you who are here and watching and sharing and tweeting, thank you as well. And we couldn't do this without you and your generous support and enthusiasm. Okay, I think that's it. Goodbye, guys!
Bye.
Bye.
Skittering.
See you next week.